Happy Yoga Day. This is Christine here. This will be a basic sun salutation practice, appropriate for any time you want to wake up. So mornings, afternoons. You might want to avoid doing it in the night if you have trouble getting to sleep or staying asleep. But really, anytime you want to wake up. When I work nights, I would do this at night to wake up for my work day. So we are going to stand. Maybe at the top of a mat. Honestly, you don't even need a mat. You could just stand where you have enough space for your body to stretch out behind you because there's a plank involved, okay? So you can stand feet hip width apart. And here at the beginning, maybe even a little bit wider, particularly if this is your first movement of the day. Just sway side to side, move your hips and your shoulders. The rest of your joints will come along. And feel into what your body has for you today. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Maybe they meet, maybe you stay out in a Y. Exhale, sweep them down. We're just going to do that a couple more times. Inhale, gather up, exhale down. I want to give a shout out to Paula Steinberg, local artist who created the piece behind me. Called India is Burning. I won it in a raffle. I also buy her art. She's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. On your next exhale, bend your knees. Swan dive forward, forward fold. Again, if this is the beginning of your movement for the day, allow yourself some, it's called sahaja in yoga, or automatic movement in English. Just allow your body to tell you what she wants. You might roll your shoulders, you might turn your head. Now, we're going to come up with a flat back. The key to doing that safely is to sit back so your knees are slightly bent or more. And then bring your arms back if this is new to you. To the side if you're feeling strong. Lift your elevator drawstring zipper and then use your glutes to hinge yourself up. Allow your shoulders to melt as you gather the sun, the light, and draw it down and into your heart. Maybe you step a little closer. These are mini salutations now. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, you want to make sure your low ribs are on your thighs or as near as they can possibly be. This protects the low back. We're going to add in a half forward fold. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Use your cobra muscles between your shoulder blades to help your sternum project forward. And then again, elevator drawstring zipper supports the spine. Your glutes and your hamstrings are lifting, not your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Reverse swan dive to come all the way to upward facing hands with soft shoulders, and exhale. Draw the sun down and into your heart. This time we're going to step back. Inhale. Exhale. The coordination of your movement with your breath is part of what makes yoga a healing practice. Inhale, this half forward fold. Try putting your fingers on the ground outside your feet. Bend your knees enough and sit back enough to make that happen, or grab blocks. Exhale, step back with the right foot. We're going to be here for 3 breaths at the top of a lunge. Initiate Ujjayi breathing. The way you try that is you close your mouth, you breathe through your nose, and then you smile with the back of your mouth. It's got nothing to do with smiling. It has to do with engaging all of these muscles. It'll create an oceanic sound. On an exhale, engage elevator drawstring zipper, step back, plank. Draw the forward hip points toward each other. Draw your inner thighs up. Lift your rib cage into your shoulder blades and keep your head in line with your spine. Even though I'm looking at the camera, you don't need to. Exhale, lower your knees without letting your shoulders drift back. Hinge forward from the elbows, even if it's just a millimeter. Lower your hips. Notice the shoulders never come below the elbows. That's really important for your shoulders. We're going to rise into a flying cobra. Press the tops of your feet and ankles into the ground. On an inhale, lift hands, elbows, and the back of your head. Again, you're going to stay looking at the ground. Keep the back of the neck long. On an inhale, press your hands down. Press your elbows together and back. On the next inhale, press up to the top of a knee push-up. Inhale, hips back. So this is child's pose. Wave your hips from side to side. This is something we just do on the first one. Again, we're checking in. We're using that Ujjayi breath to elongate the breath and help the low back release. When you breathe through your nose, you're creating a particular molecule, NO or nitric, I always get nitric and nitrous oxide mixed up. It's a molecule that helps your vasculature, your blood vessels expand, and there's recent research that suggests it helps the thoracolumbar fascia, or this triangle of tissue that covers and interpenetrates your low back structures to relax. We're going to take it up to down dog. Feel free to skip this. Your hands are going to be your foundation, so press those fingerprints into the ground. Press the circle of your palm where you would have calluses from doing gardening. Press those also into the ground. Turn your toes under. Press your elbows together. Your foundation is now complete. On an exhale, lift your knees to lift your hips and find your first down dog of this practice. Again, allow yourself sahaja. Wave your hips, turn your head. Dance your dog. Rotate your biceps away from one another. This will broaden your shoulder blades across your upper back. Bend your knees. Lift your sitting bones way up and back to where the wall and ceiling meet behind you. On an inhale, bend your knees. Look forward. And then on an exhale, step your right foot as far forward as it will go. Now let's say yours comes here. Step your left foot up to meet it. Walk your hands back. Find your forward fold. Fold. Belly on the thighs. Head completely falls. Give your neck that moment. And then on an inhale, reverse your swan dive to upward facing hands. Exhale down through center. And if you only step part way forward, you're going to travel back to the front of your mat. Side B. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Maybe your hands are on blocks, maybe they're on the ground. Exhaling, project the left foot back, top of a lunge. Keep the back thigh lifted. Listen to the sound of your Ujjayi breathing. On your next exhale, use your elevator drawstring zipper and step back to plank. Feel your strength. The strength of your core meeting the strength of your upper back to support the opening of your heart, even here. On an exhale, keeping your shoulders over your wrists. Lower the knees. Hinge forward from the elbows. Lower the hips. Inhale. Roll your shoulders onto your back and come partway up. Your root is pressing down into the top of your feet. Exhale. Toes under, hips up and back. Downward facing dog.
5 breaths here. Cultivating that ujjayi form of breathing. On your next inhale, bend your knees, look forward between your thumbs, and then exhale. Left foot forward, right foot meets, forward fold. Inhale. Gather the sun. Gather the light that's available right now and draw it down and into your heart. So that was our first two. We're going to do 2 more with less waiting, with less pauses. Inhale, upward facing hands. We're still moving with the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, right and left foot back. Shift forward and lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale. Right foot leads, left foot follows. Forward fold. Inhale. Drop your tail, lift your heart. Receive the support of your core. Elevator drawstring zipper as your mighty, mighty glutes hinge you up. Inhale. Upward facing hands. Exhale. Dog. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, left foot and then right this time. Plank, shift forward, lower down. Inhale, cobra or your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale. This time, left foot leads, right foot follows. Forward fold. Imagine this big portal on the top of your head opens. Everything that you're carrying that's not yours can fall out. Stay here as long as you want to make that feel real. And then inhale. Reverse your swan dive to upward facing hands. And exhale. Draw that light down the central channel in front of your spine and through. Now, a practice isn't yoga unless we Savasana at the end. I don't know if Savasana is really a verb, but I just made it one. So, Savasana is the simplest, and some would say the most difficult practice in all of yoga. The traditional position is laying on your back with the hands, palms up, gently outside of your hips in sort of a V, with your feet hip width maybe wider, and the toes just falling out. Now, Shavasana means corpse or final rest. You want it to be 10% of your practice. So we'll be here for a couple of minutes, which means in order for you to find rest during this time, you may want to adjust this posture. If your hands don't come to the ground, put blankets or pillows under your hands or blocks. If your low back hurts here, place something behind your knees. That can be another yoga mat, a bolster, a meditation cushion, a couch pillow, a couch cushion. And you can take legs up the wall, which is exactly what it sounds like. And some people, particularly at the beginning, are most comfortable sitting up with their eyes open. Find your resting pose. I will be holding space. Allow the sound of my voice to fall away at any time. For now, soften the back of your throat. Release all effort of breathing. In fact, it might begin to feel as if the breath is bringing you. Having released the effort of breathing, let your muscles know they've done well, that you're grateful. Not only for this practice, with whatever fumbles, with whatever you might think of as missteps, that you're grateful for this practice and the way your muscles carry you through the world each and every day. And let them know that for now, for these few moments, there's nothing left to do. Invite them to soften and let go of the bones. You might imagine your bones floating in the oceanic waters of